All right, in your consumer news this morning, a recent survey found that 55% of Americans say they're behind on their retirement savings. Inflation and reduced income are the top two reasons why working Americans say they just can't afford to put more away. This is coming according to the Bank Rate survey. Joining us this morning is Dan White, a personal finance and retirement expert with us this morning. So tell me, Daniel, this is really speaking to how people are not able to stay afloat with this inflation that we've now seen from the pandemic and so many other issues. But it's hitting not only your pockets, but your savings for folks who are trying to make sure they have money going forward. Tell us a little bit about this issue.
Well, inflation is absolutely taking a bite out of everybody's budget. You know, it's been running north of 8% most of the year. And the problem that most people are having is they're saying, hey, I can't afford to put money away. Well, I've been telling people for years that you have to treat your retirement savings, your personal savings, as a bill. You have to literally treat it as a bill. And the most effective way to make sure you don't shortchange yourself is to pay yourself first. So whether it's through 401k contributions, or whether you're setting up an automatic withdrawal from your checking account into some type of savings vehicle, if you don't see it, you don't miss it. So you have to set that up so it happens automatically. Because if you wait, if you wait to pay all your bills and then save some money, we know 9 times out of 10 there's not going to be anything left.
Well, Dan, we just saw a new report that claims that maybe $1.2 million is necessary to be able to last through retirement. And when you kind of, the rubber meets the road and you're deciding on gas and you're deciding on groceries, it gets hard to save.
It really does. And maybe some things that people can do, what has cropped up, since the pandemic and even before is kind of the gig economy. The part-time jobs, the Uber, the Lyfts. There's plenty of jobs out there, as the federal government will tell you. Unemployment's at an all-time low. But there's plenty of jobs out there. They may not be the job you want, but if people want to pick up a little extra cash, they could do a part-time job in the gig economy. And that might be money that they could set aside for savings and retirement.
And I want to do this really quickly, this last question here about a life insurance policy. If you're a little bit later in life, is it too late to get a good, viable life insurance policy?
I don't think it's ever too late. People tend to procrastinate with life insurance. They put it off to the last possible moment. It's obviously cheaper if you buy it when you're younger, but there are many tax benefits to a life insurance policy as well. If you buy a cash value or what we call a permanent type of plan, you put the money in, the money grows. It's tax deferred inside the plan, and you actually have access to the cash later on in life. And when you pull it out, it's going to be tax free. So it kind of acts sort of like a Roth IRA in that respect.
Great tips there. Thank you so much, Dan White. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Have a great day, Taylor.
Likewise.